All right, that would probably help a little bit. There we go, Teddy. Sorry about that. Okay, I
That,
didn't even
that
tell you
is
this.
if you every week. So I've gotten used to it.
Look here, I when we came back from that last loop we did, I came back with a cold. I mean, whatever I caught, and it has been on me now 8, 9 days, and I have been coughing so hard, Teddy, that my ribs now on one side are killing me. That is it actually hurts to move or breathe a lot because I've coughed that hard from this crap. So if I cough during this, guys, I'm sorry. I've tried not to, but it's just been a constant thing for a while. Teddy,
We
what you
don't-
been up to?
I haven't been up to anything. I've just been moving around, enjoying my life each and every day, and staying in the gym and trying to stay healthy.
Well, I hear I can't even go to the gym. I don't want to go to the gym because I'm afraid I'll get somebody sick. So I don't want to get around anybody. You know
Oh,
what I
that's
mean?
an excuse. That's an
No, I'm
excuse.
still working out at the house now. Don't get me wrong. I am
All you
working
gotta
out of
do
the
is
house.
put on a mask.
Yes, sir.
Just
Not
that
with this.
simple.
Not with this stuff. Oh, this stuff is. I mean, it's like thick. It's like
If a
water on your
mask
face.
if a mask can stop COVID, it can stop that.
He can stop you from talking too. Let's say I'll make myself cough here. If you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is drop us a comment in the comment section. We'll throw you up on the screen, and you'll become a part of the show. It's just that simple. There are no super chats. It's all free here. We just like everybody to join in and have a conversation, say hello to us, but at the same time, ask a question. And I was about to say why, but the hats that we have, I don't have right nearby unless Teddy's got one. I doubt that seriously. Do you, Teddy? You have a hat right nearby?
Let's see.
Look at that. Look at that. That's what you got up for grabs tonight. It is a road trip after hours ball cap. These caps are really cool. I use this when I cut grass and I go outside and work because they're really cool. They're kind of lightweight and your head doesn't sweat like crazy in it. And the bill is lightweight as well. You'll like this hat. So how you win that hat is very simple. At the end of the night, Teddy picks his favorite question, and that person gets a free road trip after hours ball cap. So just make sure you get a question in. You can say, hey, but you get us a question so we can make sure that we can answer it and get you in the drawing for that hat. Also, do us a favor, down below the subscription button. You can put it down now, Teddy. Down below is the subscription button. And if you will tap on that, subscribe if you haven't already. Share this by all means. Share this. If you're doing this right now, take a quick second. I'll wait. We won't even talk about anything for a second here. I'll wait. Just go ahead. Go ahead and share. Go ahead. There you go. That's all you got to do. And then leave some comments down there, guys. We appreciate that. We'll see the room jump up too as we do that. So we certainly appreciate it. All right, Teddy. Tonight, again, it's all about the chat room and what you guys want to know and the questions that you have. It's that simple. This past few weeks, y'all have been burning it up in here to the point where we have to close the show out. We still have questions coming in. So thank you so much for that. But let's go to our first one right now. See Patrick in the room. Good to see you, Patrick. And you're not coming up on the screen, though. Why? You are lit up like you are. Let's see. Try it again. There we go. Patrick. Teddy, have you ever wanted to wrestle with the wrestlers or not be a part of that kind of wrestling? I guess what he's asking, have you ever wanted to become a wrestler and wrestle other people, Teddy?
No, no, I'm not really. I never thought about it. I mean, back in the day, I took so many bumps when I was a heel. That already let me know I didn't want to do that full time.
Look, the first time you took a bump, who'd you take the bump from?
God, I don't know, man.
Do you remember your
I,
first thought when you took that bump?
no, my first thought I wrap this second rope here and break this fall, so when I go out to the floor, that I don't hurt myself. That was my first thought. Golly, man, I just don't know. I've been, back when you're a heel, and been in my referee days too. The referee,
Yep.
had sometime they had to bump him. So, but I'm paying for it now because I took a lot of bumps back in the day and didn't know how to take the bump. So injured myself then. So now it's all coming back to bother me. I got troubles with my back. I have to go to the pain doctor and and all that stuff for my back. So it's bad when you don't know, but I survived it. So a lot of guys didn't tell you; they didn't want you to know because
Oh,
I'm just being straight up with you. They want to hurt you,
yeah. Oh, sure.
and then come to you and say, "Oh God, man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean." Yeah, that was the old game that was played too. So, like I said, I survived the bump, so I'm I'm still moving around. I'm still able to work out and stuff. So that's all I care about.
I took my first flat back bump in a ring. Oh God, it was in Vidalia, Georgia, in a gym there where they had a ring, and I did a flat back bump. And the first time didn't bother me, but I had other people tell me, man, it knocked them silly. And I just always knew to keep that chin tucked, and that's what
Yeah.
I heard. So I just did that naturally because I was scared to death I was going to kill myself. But I've known guys who've gotten in there and they've taken one bump and they felt that smack against their head. That was it. That
Well,
was it for them.
if you don't tuck that chin, you can knock yourself out.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
you get a lot of guys get concussions. It's according to how hard your head hit that ring.
Oh yeah, and sometimes you can't help it because of where you may get placed. Sometimes you're going to get knocked out. What, Teddy? What do you do in those cases as a referee? If somebody's knocked out for real in a ring, do you give them
Well,
a few seconds, try to buy some time, or what do you
well,
do?
you talk to him, and the guy, will let you know, if he's hurt or not, and once he's hurt, then you just talk to him there and ask him, you think you can continue what you want me to do? And if he says he don't think he can make it, then there's a signal that they give, and that's
Yeah.
this, to let everybody know that we got a real injury here.
Now you were with Droz during his injury.
Yes.
Um, it, it, can you kind of give me an idea what was going through you? I mean, that had to be something you weren't faced with before, and you probably never thought you would be. What went through your mind was as Droz got injured and you knew he was in bad shape?
Well, I walked over to him, and he was laying there, and he was saying, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die." I mean, this was his words. He said, "I'm gonna die,"
Mhm.
and I'm just looking at him, man. And I'm like, "No, no, no, Droz, it's okay, it's okay." I said, "What is that? Let me know. You okay? You okay?" And he was just completely out of it, and that's when I did give him the signal and let him know, that he was down. But what happened there, a lot of guys, they oil up, before they go out,
Yeah,
and so I think, and he was working with D'Lo that night, and I think what happened, D'Lo might have just had on a little bit too much oil. I'm not sure what it was, but he went to grab Draws and pick him up for a pile driver, and he slipped. Draws slipped right out of his hands, and which landed him right on the top of his head. I mean,
yeah.
spiked like that, and it was scary.
Yeah, I can't imagine that feeling of me because you have to feel almost helpless at that point because this shit's never happened, and
Yeah,
here you are in the ring and this is important stuff. I would imagine that would have shook you a little bit.
well, yeah, well, especially when you walk over there and the guy's talking, saying that he feel like he's gonna die.
Yeah, yeah,
You
that's
know,
that, yo.
yeah, yeah, and that was my first time I'd really been in with somebody that really got hurt. I was refereeing the match,
Yeah,
and so it was, yeah, that was a pretty rough night.
Zach Minger in the room and Teddy. It is National Egg Day for a couple
uh,
of eggheads on the screen right now.
That's amazing. Since he's brought that up, Zach, earlier before we started the show, I was talking to the niece, and that's what we were talking about, eggs. And because she has a dog, and the dog is named Lola, and Lola loves eggs. She won't
Ooh,
put no salt or pepper in them, but Lola
ooh.
like the eggs in her dog food.
Now
So
look
we were
here.
talking, we were talking about eggs. I swear, just earlier tonight before we came on.
You're telling me that, and I'm thinking, I hope that dog doesn't get gas because I can just imagine oh my god! Ugh. All right, let's see. Hey, Denise, by the way, we got a picture I want to share that you sent me earlier about Teddy. Dave Crone saying, "Good evening, gentlemen. Hey, good to see you, Dave, and hope you're having a great night."
He's having a great night. He's tuned in the road trip after hours.
That's right. And he says we have a place by St. Louis called Pops that would be great for JCW. Violent J, if you're listening, and I know he pops in the show quite often. There you go. There's a name to follow up. Dave also told me to take NyQuil. My wife gave me some. It was a NyQuil type of medicine the other night, and it was supposed to be really strong and break everything down, stop the coughing. And it was a high dollar medicine. It's one of those higher dollars. I'm like, okay, yeah, if it's going to work, I'll pay the money for it. I coughed my head off all freaking night. It didn't do a damn thing but put me in a groggy state. I think it was pure alcohol.
Yeah, if you ain't getting nothing from the doctor there, man, you better leave that other stuff alone.
Oh yeah. Well, there are some things that don't have to get from the doctor that help out. But Medman Mick, speaking of which, how you doing, brother? How's it going tonight, Mac and Teddy? Hope you're having a good night.
We're doing good, Madman Mac. Hope you're having a good night too, player.
All right, Teddy, you're going to have to tell me about this because I saw this just before we came in the room. Pretty classy lady talking about your interview with David or Otunga today. I did see that. How did that go?
Everything was good. Enjoyed talking with David. I had the opportunity to work with him over a period of time in WWE, and what a nice guy, man! Really nice guy to work with. And me and him really got along good because he's a gym rat. So I'd see him, and he'd be leaving the gym. I'm coming in, or either we right there together. So, but I had a great time talking to David. Great interview, and you people, if you haven't seen it, make sure you can catch it.
Yeah, he's a big old guy. I mean, he has always been just cut up. I mean, just built. And he did it. Well, who was he married to at one time, Teddy? He was married to a
Jennifer
singer.
Hudson.
Yeah. Uh, they're divorced now, though, right?
Well, I don't know whether they're
I,
divorced or not. Imagine I don't want to speak on something I don't know
yeah,
about. But
yeah.
they had a kid. He had his kid when I got excuse me. I had a chance to see him at in Vegas at the WrestleCade. I mean, I'm sorry, golly,
Wrestling
WrestleCon.
Con. Yeah,
And he had his son with him there, so I had a chance to see him there. But yeah, and David, he also was an attorney at law.
yeah.
Yeah, so and then he was on the show with golly, I can't think of the guy, the Flavor Flav. He was on that reality show.
Flavor is he the one that had the big clock around his neck all the time?
Yeah,
I used
yeah,
to
Flavor
watch that.
Flav.
Yeah, it's been a while since I didn't know he was still around.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Well, he started the rap group, but well, he didn't start. He's a part of it. The Public Enemy.
well, I knew that, but I didn't know that he had a show for a long time that I used to watch a reality show.
Yeah, that
That was
well,
it was
David Otunga
hilarious.
was Taker Tonga was on that show.
Oh, that's I didn't even know that. Didn't even know
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that was a great show too. Medman Mick, brother, let's see. You are asking. I have a question for both of you. Biggest wrestling influence and the biggest non-wrestling influence. Teddy?
Well, I didn't have no wrestling influence. Like I said, the way I got involved in wrestling is I started going to the TBS studios and watching the taping, and I just happened to just run into Abdullah one day, and me and him started talking, and I started driving him, bringing him down to the TV station, and that's how I was able to get in the back. I was with Abdullah, and it went from there. I started putting up the ring, taking the ring down, so it wasn't no big influence. It's just things just happen.
Was there somebody in your life, non-wrestling Teddy, that was an influence on your life?
No.
No. Yeah, I've been lucky. I've had a lot of mentors over my life. I've always been one, and I tried to tell my kids this, and that maybe it's wrong, but I've always been around people who are older than me my entire life, and I purposely did that because I could learn from people who have been there and done that, and they can kind of help shape me along the way. And I've been very lucky when it came to that. And when it came to influences in wrestling, I would say my mentors in wrestling would be Teddy Long, Bill Apter, and Violent J and Vince Russo for giving me the time of day and giving me an opportunity. All these guys never had to do a damn thing for me. Excuse me. And yet they did. And I will never forget that. So when it comes to influences in wrestling, those are some names that I highly, highly appreciate. Let's see. Also, we have Mike Harold saying, Teddy, any stories of working with El Gigante?
Yeah, he was a great guy, nice guy. I had a chance to ride with him a couple of times, and here's a good story. Where were we at? I think Greenville, South Carolina, I believe it was. Well, anyway, we went to this gym. It was me, Mike Chioda, and Elegante. So we went, and the way you with Elegante, if the office paid for his rental car and paid for his room. So if you drove him around, you'd get a you got a free rental car and you got a free room. So they pay your room too and everything. So we went to this gym that morning to work out, and so it was something about the giant man that black women they just loved him. I swear to God, we had one woman drove from one town to the next town. She was a black woman. She followed us that night to the
Oh,
next town that so
stalker.
she could. Yeah, she was stalking him. But it was just something about him. The black women loved him. But anyway, we went to that gym that day, and so we worked out, and there was a girl there. She recognized us, and so she started talking to him. And next thing we know, we just going, me and Kyoto, we go ahead on doing what we're doing. So next thing we know, we took Elegante, we took him back to the hotel. So the next day he doesn't go to the gym. Me and Kyoto go. So we go to the gym. So we looking for the girl, because she was at the front desk. And the guy told us that they had to fire her because she left her job and went back and followed Elegante back to his room, and then and made out with him, and then tried to come back to the gym. And they said they fired
And
her.
I'm sure there's a lot of stories just like that. And look, you're talking about stories. Look who's in the room right here. The WWE Godfather is
Oh
with us
man,
in the room.
what an honor and pleasure it is to have the legendary Godfather. We was talking about him yesterday on some of our road trips. By the time that I left, run in the snow, and it was me, Godfather, and Bradshaw. And the whole story was, well, the reason you left him because Godfather and you were in the truck. So we know what happened there. So
Have you seen him lately, Teddy?
yes, I've seen him. He's trimmed down. He looks
Good Lord, yeah.
outstanding, man. He looks great.
He's like he's almost ring ready again to me. I mean, he's gotten himself in the best shape I've seen him in years.
Oh yeah, well I'm really proud of him because back in the day, me and him were the gym rats too, man. We hung in the gym, and like I said, I don't want to take credit for nothing, but I started him doing the cardio, and I got him hooked on it long enough till he finally understood and started enjoying it. And boy, you couldn't stop him. Me and him was right there. So, but he's still taking advantage of it. He's still working out, taking care of himself, and like you say, I saw him too. He looks out. He absolutely fantastic, man.
You're saying you still doing cardio. Of course, that's what you were just talking about. And
Yeah.
also, I want to jump down one and before I go to somebody else here because he's got one more thing. He's asking, do you remember your first blunt?
No, I don't remember my first blunt, and probably the reason why I don't remember my first blunt is because I was so high before I got the first blunt. That's probably why I don't remember
Yeah,
it.
Charles, I was talking about you the other day to somebody. We were talking about dabs
Oh
and
yeah,
oh man, yeah, brother. Look here, there was one thing too, Teddy. I don't know if you've heard this, but his friend GWC,
yeah, I know him.
he came to one of the shows I was doing with JCW, and they told him he couldn't smoke. They made him leave the building, and the guy he was with thought I was the one that told him he couldn't smoke and had to leave the building. I'm like, I would never have told you that. So,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
ain't happening with me.
That
But
ain't your call.
yeah, it ain't me. I wouldn't mind call, but yeah, but I was like, God, I hope he doesn't believe that because that did not happen. That was somebody else. I think he even told me. I talked to him later that he asked his friend, and his friend made the comment, no, it wasn't that guy. It was another bald-headed guy. Oh, dear God, there's a lot of bald-headed people out there. All right, let's see. Ellen in the room. Hey, Mac and Teddy. Buddy says hello. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Teddy, I read that you used to work with James Brown. How cool is that? Who would have thought you'd end up here? What did you do when you worked there?
The way I got involved with James Brown, I was a disc jockey on a radio station, so that's how I met James Brown. So when I met him, he owned a bunch of radio stations. And he was going to give me a job to go to work in Augusta, Georgia at one of his radio stations. But I was also working in Jackson, Mississippi at WOKJ. And so I wasn't able to get out of my deal or whatever it was, if I can remember right, not able to go to work for him. But when I did meet him back in Atlanta, and he started a TV show called Future Shock. It was a dance show like Soul Train. And I came down and helped him out with that a little bit. And so that's where they were taping Georgia Championship Wrestling at the old TBS studio. So that way that's how I seen wrestling. And the days that I didn't work down with James, I would go down to the TV station the days that they were taping wrestling. And that's how I got involved with wrestling. I started, going down to the TV station.
That's really cool to say that you worked with James Brown. I mean, the very few people can actually say that. You've had a blessed life, Teddy, when it comes to things like that. And I
Yeah.
feel that way too about a lot of things that have happened in my life. It's just luck of the draw that I've got to meet and do
Yes,
things
yes.
that other people don't.
Hey, just think you said that. I got this right here in my room. Let's see if we can get that.
Yeah, back it up. Look, there you go. Oh, what a great shot. What's that from, Teddy? Was that was some kind of special dedication or something, wasn't it?
That was right in Atlanta at the housing project. Golly, it's over off Northside Drive. I can't remember where it is, but there it is right there, me and James.
That's very cool. Hey, look here. By the way, we were talking about Godfather a minute ago, and he was asking you about if you remembered your first blunt. I'm wondering, does the Godfather remember his first hoe?
Wow, that's good.
There's a
That's
question for
good.
you. There's a question for you. Who was your first hoe? Dave Crone. Dave Crone saying Teddy was Flair racist with his mouth, meaning would he be blatantly say the N word, or would he say the N word?
I have no comment.
Yeah, I'm going to say this about Flair, and that's all I'm going to say is that every time I see anything about him in social media, it's never positive. And I actually just pass right by it now because I'm tired of looking at it.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I don't even want to, mention nothing, man. I'm
No. Wolfpack man, good to see you, Wolfpack. Saying, hey, yo, Mac and Teddy.
Hey, what it is, Wolf man?
And we also have Chad saying greetings from Albany, New York. And also we have a bunch of you in here. Dave saying, "Oh shit, Ho Train in the house." Yeah. Oh, I see him coming up. Maybe let's see. We'll find out if he answers that question. Wolfpack also saying, "Shout out to my friend J Rod." Yeah, J Rod's in the room. Good to have you here too. If you are J Rod, she is another one of the characters from JCW and also American Gladiators, and she is incredible, just incredible. Also, here's the Godfather saying, "It ain't easy." I'm talking about Pippin, of course.
No, it ain't.
And Herb Simmons saying, "Good evening, gentlemen." Let's see. Wow, we got a lot. A wrestling historian. Did Mr. Long prefer tag team matches or going one-on-one with the Undertaker?
I preferred both of them
They both
because,
paid money.
I created both of them.
That's really when you said going one-on-one with the Undertaker. I had to imagine you went back in the back and Vince is like that. Don't stop it. Keep saying
No,
that.
it wasn't that way.
No, really.
Here's how that happened. One day, I think we might have been in the garden. I'm not sure, but Stephanie, his daughter, went out and did this promo, and she was talking about somebody. But anyway, she come back, and Vince was talking to her about the. I was standing there. Vince was talking to her about the promo, and what he was saying, he wanted her to be a little more, put a little more emphasis in when she was introduced, like calling the guy's name, like John Williams. You know what I mean? Put some, some energy into it or something like that. He was saying. So I just stood there and heard that. They didn't even know I was listening. So when I went out, I remembered that. And so that's when I got ready to introduce The Undertaker. That's when I said one-on-one with The Undertaker. You know what I mean? Because I remembered. And I remember, too, when I come back after I did that, he just gave me a thumbs up and I kept right on walking.
And would you believe that to this day, when we go anywhere with Teddy, somebody is going to want him to say that one-on-one with the Undertaker, or he's going to put him in a tag team match. One of the two. And
Yeah.
I'm not kidding when I say anywhere. I've been to Krispy Kremes. I've been to Walmarts. If they see him and they know it, man, they will jump at the chance to get that put on video. And not only that, you've called people live. You just standing there going, "Yeah, just call him. I'll just talk to him right now." And you'll just talk to somebody, which is really cool.
Yeah, right. Let people know you got time for them, man. You know what I mean? I don't see no way that I don't have time to speak to somebody or say hello to somebody or sign something for them. You know what I mean?
Especially in the cases where you know how much it means. And there are times when people come up to our tables and the stories they'll tell Teddy, you can tell are very real and raw.
What about that night you was with me in Winston-Salem and that lady come up and start crying?
Yep.
You was standing right there, man. That's how much she missed me on that. She was just crying, man. She almost brought a tear to me.
I've seen grown men get teary-eyed shaking his hand just because they got a chance to meet him. That's that. And it's really, if you've never been to a WrestleCon or a WrestleCade, anything like that, find one of these great shows. The Gathering is another one I can think of. But what's the other one in Jacksonville?
River City Wrestling Con.
Yeah. And these are all great cons to go to. If you've not been to one, you'll have a fantastic time. I promise you, you will have a great time.
Yes,
so
you
make
will.
plans. Let's see what else we got here. We have Joseph saying good evening. Hey, man, good to see you. And pretty classy lady is saying, Teddy, what is the best thing to do when you work and mother act like they don't want to pay you? Asking for a friend.
Well, classy lady, I just don't know what to tell you about that. You'll have to make your own decision on that. But if I worked and somebody owed me my money and they didn't want to pay me, I'm gonna get my money. I mean, it don't have to be resort to violence or none of that, but there are ways to, get your money without even going through all the drama. So, whatever you're going through, I hope you can get it straightened out.
Yeah, look here, and that's not unusual in this business to find promoters like that. Herb Simmons is not one of those guys. He's in the
No,
room, and
he's not.
he's not one of those promoters. If he tells you you're going to get paid X amount of money, that's exactly what you're going to get paid on time, every time.
Well,
Uh,
Herb's a great guy, and I'll tell you that's why we're talking about good promoters. Let's talk
yeah,
about Tony Hunter,
yeah.
another great guy to work for, and he's always looked out, for me and stuff. And well, like I said, he's spot on. Tony Hunter, love him to death, man.
Now, you had mentioned to me a while ago, and I'm trying to find this real fast. So hang tight with me, and it
I
is.
see we got Mizon Smith there. Mizon Smith there. He's in on his act.
Yep, he is in here. I was trying to pull up that flyer, Teddy, and I'm sorry, it's not coming up. And I downloaded it, but give me a second just to do that. Tell everybody where
Okay.
you're going to be coming up and where you're going. By the way.
Well, I don't remember, so that's why I'm waiting on you to. Well, I know it's August the 1st, and I know it's in Monroe, North Carolina. I just don't know the building there, but it's a deal there. It's a big con. Everybody's gonna. That I think they let everybody in free.
Really? Free?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, if you can pull the flyer up, I think it's on the flyer. So I just don't want to make sure I'm saying the right thing.
And I'm trying so hard, it is not showing up, and I've downloaded it twice, and it's still not showing up. So it must
Can
be
you
a
read it?
file. Yeah, I can read it if I go to the other page. Hang tight. Let me try this. Let's see if I can download it this way, Teddy.
Yeah, I couldn't get it either. The niece had it, and she tried to send it to me, and I couldn't never get it either. So that's why I told her to send it to you, and maybe you could pull it up, and we could put it up
Okay,
on the show.
now it's showing it. So let me try this again, and we'll do this. This is all live, guys. So, you got to give me a break here. Let's see. There it is. All right, now it popped up. Now it's going to load in. Here we go, and boom, boom.
All right.
I said boom, and it's not doing anything here, Teddy. Hold on. Well, hell. Trying to just go to the main screen like that.
I just saw it. You just had it, and then
I'm trying to get the right size so we can see the damn thing. Look at this, is ridiculous. And wait a minute. I got an idea. Let's do this. I can just get rid of you and I for a second. No, I can't do that either, Teddy. What the hell? What in the bloody? We'll try this a different way. All right. Well, this is fun. Hey, guys, watch two old guys try to do something we don't know how we're doing.
I'm not old. You speak for yourself. I'm seasoned.
I knew that was coming.
I'm seasoned, not old.
Oh, dang it. I can't find this anywhere.
Just read it, man. If you can catch and read it.
I can't either. I can't do that either. Well, I'll tell you what, I can if I go to another screen and I just pull it up and look at it. It's on Saturday, August 1st from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And that's a Union City Ag Center in Monroe, North Carolina. Yeah, you're right. Free admission for everybody. Man, that's fantastic. That's the Mid-Atlantic Wrestling Legends Fan Fest.
A lot of guys are going to be there. Rock and Roll Express. I know that they're going to be a part of it. And a lot of the guys from the Jim Crockett days, David Crockett, I think David's probably going to be there too. I think he's going to be the guest too. So that's going to be a really fun time. So like you said, August 1st, Monroe, North Carolina, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there.
That is really cool. Yeah, that's and that's kind of stuff I love too. So
yeah,
that's my kind of wrestling. All right, let's see. We got a few more questions in here, Teddy. Before we get out of here, I'm still trying to get back to you guys. So hang tight here. This is Dave saying, "I love by it was called. I love it too."
What?
I'm not exactly sure what you mean, Dave. I'm sorry, brother. I
well, you don't know what you're saying you love to, then you better be careful.
Let's see. He was on the I Love New York show. She's talking about David.
Okay,
Otunga.
I Love New York. Yeah, that's the name of that show.
All right, and let's see. I'm just trying to run through some of these with the questions. Joseph saying, it was a pleasure having Teddy at New England Fan Fest back in 2024. You want to get him back there and do it again. And
2026.
Yes, it should be. Chad Driggers is saying biggest bust in the pro wrestling business. What do you think was the biggest bust, the biggest flop in the wrestling business, Teddy?
Oh God, I don't know. Probably the night that the earthquake guy that fell through had the thing on and he fell through the door there and the hood. Shockmaster and the mask come off and oh God, that had to be the worst.
There was what was the one in WWE, the egg. the hatching of the egg thing where the gobbledygooker, that's what it was, the turkey that came out of the egg. What I don't know what they were smoking back then, but man, that must have been some good stuff.
Well, it's
That
like
was
that's when you. I know a lot of guys. I know they watch Family Guy. When you watch Family Guy, those guys got to be high. The way
oh,
that you here's a TV show that has a gay baby. I don't understand it.
I started watching cartoons again back when my kids were
And
little, and they would watch Rugrats, and
yeah,
I found that hilarious when I
and then
started
this
watching.
gay baby that supposedly had got some sperm from Brian the dog and gets pregnant and has these babies. Family Guy, man. I love it too. I watch it every night. I love Family Guy. They
Oh
don't
man.
they mess with everybody.
Oh, that's great. That's the way comedy should be. Mess with
Yeah.
everybody and let your guard down and just enjoy a joke for a joke. People
Yeah.
get so carried away nowadays. Herb Simmons saying another awesome show. Hey, Herb, we appreciate that. Don't miss the SICW show that takes place every Sunday night. Also, a big shout out to Big Vito, who has popped in and out of the room, and he's got a new podcast going on. You can find that as well. I have found Vito to be a very entertaining character on the road, and he's really good at what he does. So
Hey, you
make
know
sure you
what I
go by.
want? You know what I want you to do with Vito, and I ain't gonna tell you.
Okay.
He'll remember this. I'll tell Vito to tell you the story when we got him to take Booker T's car back to the airport. He didn't have no car that night. Something was happening, but anyway, Booker needed to get his car back because he was going on somewhere else. So we know Vito don't smoke or nothing like that. So but we took care of him because we chose him to take Booker T's car back and ask him what happened when he opened the door and got ready to get in that car.
I will. I'll ask him. And by
Me
the
and his
way,
best friend did it, Nunzio.
Nuns. Well, there's a possibility that we may have Vito on the show very
Well,
soon.
good.
Yeah.
I'll bring that up. I'll
Yeah.
bring that up.
Yeah, because he and I were
Yeah.
talking. There's a couple things I want to mention to him before he comes on the show, and when he does, we'll have fun. He's always fun as a guest
He's a
because
nice guy, man. He's super
oh,
nice.
look here.
Golly.
He takes care that I'll let him tell you a little bit about his history, but yeah, he does a lot of things that would really surprise people.
Yeah.
What he's been through and what he does, and the dedicated husband that he is
Yeah.
for his wife is really amazing. Guys, we got a few more things. I'm gonna try to get in here as much as I can, but we are running out of time. Chad Wiggins' favorite Albany, New York moment. There's a bunch, but I'll give you three. Ric Flair wins the Royal Rumble. Austin beer truck segment, and Edge catches in the Money in the Bank against John Cena. The beer truck would be my favorite out of all three of those. The beer truck.
That would be my favorite too, the beer truck segment.
Absolutely. Also, we have Dave saying, tell Violent J to come to FanFest 5, even if it's just as a fan. Violent J, like I say, he does watch this program from time to time when he has the time. So there you go. You got an invitation to go. And I keep telling Violent J this. I think he would do great out there because nobody has seen the ICP. They haven't seen Violent J in so long on a large level that a place like a WrestleCon or a WrestleCade, I think he would do very well.
Yeah, he would.
Yep. Sean Styles is saying that playa, glad we got to share a car ride to the airport in St. Louis last month.
Okay. Thank you, Sean.
Nijon Smith saying Teddy is a big influence for me. And I hear you. Yeah, he's like a big brother for me.
Yeah, say hello to your son too, Mizon. Let him know, man. Keep on doing what he's doing, man.
Midman Mick saying, what up, Godfather? Hope you're smoking well tonight. He kind of
You ain't got to worry. He is.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since I asked that question. I don't guess he wanted to answer that question. What were your guys' thoughts on the mask versus mask match in WWE's Triple A? That's coming from Snow Cloud Quicksilver. Teddy, I know you probably did not see that.
I didn't see
loved
it.
I loved the match. That was actually every once in a while you get a moment in wrestling, and that's one. Teddy, you'll need to pull that up. That is the mask. It was the Ellie. Oh, I can't remember all the names, and everybody will, but it's my mind's not working that quick, but I'll send it to you. When I find it, I'll send it to you. It's very good. Let's see. What is this? We have coming in from Snow Cloud Quicksilver. What was Mac's finishing move when he wrestled? I had a couple of them, but the last few years it became the spear. And then and just by coincidence, so was Goldberg's. I know I got bald head. He's got it. That was just a coincidence. But I tell you this though, a lot of what I did wrestling wise in my early days was patterned after the Road Warriors because I had a tag team partner and we were kind of those guys came in, kicked ass and moved on. That was kind of our deal, and that's so. A lot of times, if you want to kind of get an idea of what kind of person I was in the ring, that was kind of the style that I went after. Kodiak, hey man, good to see you. Keep up the good work with your guys' show. Good stuff. We appreciate that.
All right, Kodak.
All right, and Mick saying, love that photo of Teddy and James. Yeah, that is a cool picture. It really is. Let's see. Also, we have Kodiak asking, any memories of Junior Rikishi Fatu versus Val Venus cage match? Teddy, you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that guy. That's been quite a while. That was good. I mean, to see Rikishi, especially working in a cage, that's what was the most exciting part about it. And he done such a phenomenal job, Rikishi did. So yeah, that was a good one.
Sorry, I had the cough mic on. Yeah, that was good. I remember Rikishi also taking a drop from the top of a cage with Edge. Was that who he was with? When he landed in the truck with the hails of hay bales. Easy for me to say. Herb Simmons saying, I've been blessed to know you guys. Herb, we feel the same way. Kodiak saying, guest idea if y'all get guest on, Jason Sensation. I think that name's come up on here once before, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, all he has got to do is kind of contact us and we'll take a look and see if it's something we would fit on the blend of the show. Kodiak saying, I like Godfather's entrance music. He had some really good music, and I don't think any of it was meant for him in the beginning. Anyhow, it was somebody else's music, wasn't it, Teddy?
Scorpio.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then also Funkasaurus or whatever, didn't he use it later on as well? Somebody
Yeah, it
called.
was
Somebody better
that.
call my mama.
I think the whole gimmick was supposed to have been with Too Cold Scorpio, but he did some kind of some stuff there and kind of got a little heat on himself, and that's why I believe Godfather ended up with it. I'm not sure, but I think I did hear that the whole thing was meant for Scorpio.
Wow. All right, Mick saying, Teddy, are there any interesting or funny Vince McMahon stories you can tell?
No, not really. I can tell you, I know one time that, and this it could be funny and maybe not be funny, but Vince is a guy. What a hell of a guy. Uh, I loved his ways because you never knew him. And around his birthday time, they had it was his birthday, and so they went out and got a cake and for his birthday, and they put the cake in the catering, and I guess they were going to tell him and he's going to come in and let everybody saying happy birthday to him. So they went and told him about the cake and the catering and everything, and he never went to catering.
Oh, oh.
He walked right by it and didn't even go in there.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I love it.
That sounds like something he would do. Yeah.
I love
James.
it. I love it. That's exactly what you do. Don't put it over.
James in the room saying, Mad Mac, I remember your Dublin, Georgia days with Firewalker. That was my tag team partner and still one of my good friends to this day. We still occasionally go out and get lunch together. It's just he was on the road with me for a long time. And that's like real brother kind of thing when I say that.
Yeah.
Dave Crone saying, wish your show was longer. One of my favorite shows. Man, we appreciate that very much. Share it around. Let everybody know that we're here because we're still trying to grow the show. Michael is in the room. Good to see you, Michael. Hey, gentlemen, good evening. Teddy, what was it like working with Jim? And y'all think that Miss Elizabeth should be in the whole thing?
Well, I think he's saying Miss Elizabeth should be in the Hall of Fame. I
Yeah.
think that's what he's saying. Now, I don't know, working with Jim, Jim who?
I'm not sure. Jim Ross, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of Jims there, you know what I mean? Jim Powers, I worked with him, you know what I mean? So I don't know. But like I said, if it's Jim Ross, whatever, working with Jim was great. Jim gave me my first job, I think. when I came to WWE, I believe Jim Ross was in charge of talent relations. So then I worked with him in WCW too for a long time too. So me and Jim, we always got along.
Curly man, good to see you in the room. And also, we have guys. I'm trying to speed through these. Kodiak, did Teddy have any inspirations for his GM role?
No, I had nothing to do with it. They didn't even tell me anything about it until about 5 minutes before we was getting ready to go live. They came to me and told me, said, "Hey, you're gonna open up the show tonight. Vince is gonna make you the GM." That's when I found out about it. Now, golly, I'm so nervous. I don't know what to do.
Bob Cook, that's a name you should remember from the old days.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Bob, God, man, he's one of those old school guys. Yeah, I love Bob Cook. I remember him.
Yeah, he's in the room. Good to see you, Bob. Also, Michael is. Let's see. What was it like working with Jim Cornette? That's what he was asking, Teddy.
Oh, okay. Jim Cornette was great to work with. Have a lot of respect for him as of this day because he was real. You know what I mean? He let you know how he felt. He didn't, lie to you and do shit. Jim Cornette, like I said, I enjoyed working with him, and he was the reason why they started calling me Peanut Head because we was back in the day they were trying to look for something to call me so where I could get some heat. And I've told him about it. I said, well, when I was a little kid, I said my nickname was Peanut. So Jim said, yeah, we'll use that. And so Jim was the one that was instrumental in just starting with the Peanut Head.
Oh, Peanut Head. Yeah,
Yeah.
Peanut Head.
Yeah, I love Jim Cornette because he's like Mick Foley, he's just straight.
Snow Cloud Quicksilver saying Mac Davis sort of reminds me of a Mean Gene. I hear that a lot in JCW in the comment sections on all the shows, and I look here. That's a compliment, and I appreciate that very much. To be even thought of to be anything like him is
Yeah,
something
yeah.
I
Gene
appreciate.
was he was a nice guy too. I never will forget one day him and Bobby Heenan, God rest their souls. They were talking to me and they told me out of their own mouth. They said if Vince knew what you could do if you were up there, he would blow you up. And I didn't think about it no more until I got there, and I remember they told me that.
Let's see. Yeah, Wolfpack Maine saying shout out to the whole JCW roster, Big Al, Facade, Jeeves, and everybody there. Yeah, Wolfpack is at all of our shows, and we certainly appreciate that. We also have another one here, Teddy. We're getting close to the end here, I think. Wolfpack saying, Teddy, who is your favorite female wrestler today?
Jade Cargill.
There you go.
And
That's
then,
easy
like I
enough.
said, I gotta have it. I don't want to just do because I love Nia Jack. Uh, so don't let me leave Nia. But Gail J. Cargill, I was had the opportunity to be with her before she even made a real big name for herself, and just a sweet person to work with, great attitude and everything. So congratulations to her and everything she's doing. But Nia Jack is also in there too.
Look who's in the room as well here, Teddy.
The
Joe Hamilton
legendary
Jr.
Joe Hamilton is in there. He's better known in the wrestling world as Nick Patrick, one of the greatest referees of all time. I had the opportunity to ride with him for at least 10 years, maybe longer. So, what a great guy Joe Hamilton and I were traveling together, man. We had some great times.
He's also saying that Big Nick loves Family Guy as well.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, Big Nick know what time it is.
And Big Vito's show, by the way, Snow Cloud Quicksilver mentioning this. I've been enjoying the Don's Final Offer. That's the name of the show. The Don's Final Offer. Also, let's see. I'll try to get to maybe one or two more here, guys, and then they're going to cut us off here. Elijah saying, "Hey guys, quick question: how long does a allegation last for a person like with Vince McMahon?" Or like it might happen to Michael Jackson or something like that, or how long does it last? I guess you're asking how long does an allegation, how long can it still be held? I really don't know. I'm not, that's David Otunga. You need to go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You need to
If
talk
he
to
were here, he'd
David.
tell you.
Yeah,
Uh,
we don't have not a clue about none of
let's
that.
see. We have Ms. John Smith saying Houston Genius says hello, Teddy.
All right.
Also, Patrick saying Undertaker was with him on top of the cage. Aha, there you go. All right. Also, what is this one here? This is did Vincent McMahon ever show signs of generosity or compassion to people homeless, etc.?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Vince cared about a lot of things. A lot of things Vince did for people. They didn't talk about it. And the reason why Vince didn't want them talking about it, he didn't want that praise. I did this for his guy and all that. He wasn't that kind of guy, but he did a lot of nice things. There was a man there. I can't remember his name now, but he was a black man, and he had Vince. I think he knew Vince's father and everything, but I think he passed on. But some kind of way, they didn't forget about him. I remember he came to one of the TVs. I saw him there, and I heard that Vince bought him a brand new car and
Wow.
did a lot of other stuff for him. I can't think of his name now, but it was this black guy. I did see him, and when he came to the TVs, but Vince took care of him and took care of his family.
All right, Teddy, we got before we run out of time, we do need to pick somebody for the hat to give away. What question tonight was the question that you want to give that hat to?
Well, there was a guy talking to me about tag teams. Which should I prefer, one-on-ones or tag team matches or something like that? Do you remember that?
I wish you would remember these things. Let's see that.
Well, I'm gonna have to. You know what? I started to make a note that when I do, but see, I keep on. They keep popping up, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
there's been a lot of them too here. I'm still trying to find out. In the meantime, Teddy, anything coming up for you anytime soon?
Well, I don't know yet. I may be. Well, this is June, the 28th of June. I may be in San Antonio, Texas, there with Dog Pound Championship Wrestling / NWA. They're supposed to be having a deal there. They're gonna call it Teddy Long Tag Team Tournament Night. We're gonna have a bunch of tag team matches. So right now we're talking to me about it, but we haven't confirmed anything. But if it does happen, it'll be the 28th of June, San Antonio. And like you said, August 1st, Monroe, North Carolina, going to be there with, a lot of great other, Jim Crockett territory guys that worked for the Crockett's back in the day. So that's going to be really nice.
All right, Teddy, I believe this is the one you're talking about right here. Did Mr. Long prefer tag team matches or going one-on-one with the Undertaker? That's a wrestling historian. Is that the right one, Teddy?
Yes.
All right, a wrestling historian. Shoot me your info, and we'll get that hat out to you. As a matter of fact, I just sent off a package yesterday for some of the other ones that we just did. I would have done it sooner, but I've been sick. And that's the hat that's coming to you. The Road Trip After Hours ball cap. It's a fantastic, cool hat especially if you're bald-headed like me, you'll love this hat. If you're not bald-headed like me, you'll still love the hat because it's got Road Trip After Hours on it. Hey, look,
Right.
it's a collector's item. All right, Teddy, that's it for right now. By the way, guys, join me tomorrow night for JCW Lunacy's post show. That takes place on the Vince Russo brand immediately following Lunacy, which is on the Psychopathic Records platform on YouTube. But please join us for that. Also, don't forget, subscribe. Go down below, hit that subscription button, hit the notification bell so you always know when we're coming up with something. And also like, share, you know, all the other crap you got to do. It helps us out. It really does, especially when all we do is just come here for free just to talk to you. So, all right, guys, we're out of here. Teddy, I've enjoyed this. Always do. I look forward to next week. And I do believe that we're going to have a guest coming real soon. We mentioned Big Vito earlier, and Big Vito and I are in discussion about him coming on the show. So you'll have to stick around for that, and we'll see what comes up. All right, that's it. I'm Mac Davis. That's WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long, and this has been Road Trip After Hours.
All of